Y'all give it up for our first couple people on the panel. Can y'all give it up for Herman and Lori Blankenship? I think they kind of like you. Y'all can sit on the end right there. Can y'all give it up for our other panel? I put these in an order that I might get hit later. I don't know Kevin that well, but I like to pick on Amy. Can y'all give it up for Amy and Kevin Kreider? And then can y'all give it up for Crystal? Yeah, y'all said, that one's Crystal. All right, so we're going to start like this while Crystal gives them. Y'all have mics already? It should be 1 through 4. So this is what we're going to do because we got a few minutes. So before we get to the Golden Gnome, we're going to answer some of y'all's questions. But first, can y'all tell us who you are, how long you've been married, and if it's a short story, how y'all met? That didn't look like it was a short story.
How long have we been together?
Oh. Take note, man. Don't forget.
We're married 21 years.
21 years?
You might be right. I don't know.
That's older than all of y'all.
Yeah, it will be 21 this year. It will be. You're right.
22.
Man.
Yeah, you're right. So we met, I'm Lori, and this is Herman. We met at first grade, actually. And he had broken his foot, and I thought he was cute. And I told my friend I thought he was cute, and my friend went over there to tell him, and he came over and he stomped my foot with his cast. Yeah. So
Break your foot, fellas.
Yeah, it's tough love. Yeah, but we got married years later, lots of years later. But we've been together 21 years.
20? Are you sure about 21?
2015 is when we got married, so this will be.
All right. I was just checking because you didn't seem sure.
Yeah, not 2015. 2005. 2005. Yeah, I can't do math. Math is difficult too.
Math is easy until they add the alphabet.
Math is difficult.
Okay. Can you tell us all that same stuff?
Okay. I'm Amy. We've been married. It will be 31 years in May. So we met.
That's how long I've been alive.
Sorry.
He's not. It is what it is, you know. We met in college at the University of Tennessee at Martin. And so just a fun fact. So my roommate came back from psychology class, and she said, Amy, you've got to meet this guy that sits in front of me in psychology. He has the hairiest legs that you've ever seen. So the first time I saw Kevin, I don't even know what he looked like because I was just like, and so.
Wait, was that a good thing or no?
That was evidently a good thing because we started dating not too long after.
Grow your hair leg, fellas.
Your hair leg.
Don't shave it. I don't know.
Leg hair.
Leg hair.
I don't know, but apparently you say the words right first. All right. Do you want to tell people how we met? Do you know how long we've been together or married?
Not quite 3 years.
Your mic doesn't work. It was
Hello.
User error.
Not.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
turned it on. I accidentally hit the button again. We've been married almost 3 years. Not quite.
Not close to 21 or 31.
No.
But we have all the answers, though, if you want to learn something. Just kidding.
Christian can teach you all the things not to do.
Man, yeah,
That was
right? That was
so
a balloon
appropriate.
pop moment. Hey,
Don't
put your hands down.
wear mustard pants, high tops, and a hoodie that's 3 sizes too big and make your legs look this long. That's how you get friend zoned.
She friend zoned me on our first date.
Facts.
Fellas, there is hope to get out of the friend zone. I was about to say, nobody's been stuck in the friend zone before. Okay, so we got a few questions that they sent in, and some of them are interesting. Let's start with this one. And I did not prep y'all for this one, so sorry. Some of them I gave questions in case y'all didn't send anything in, but y'all sent stuff in. Answer this question with grace and with love when you give truth. How far is too far in a relationship? I get that question all the time. You want to most experienced over here? Grace and love.
I'm going to preface this with an unmarried relationship, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to say this is a boy-girl situation. Does it honor God? thing. You think about, you're going to get pressured. You're going to feel feelings or whatnot. It's going to happen. You're only human. What you want to do is you want to step back and say, as what I'm doing, honoring God. Honestly, that's what you're going to do throughout your whole life, no matter whether it's in a relationship or not. So why would you present it any differently?
Okay. Y'all take notes? So when y'all ask me next time, I'm going to throw that out. Y'all got a thought to add to that?
Thank you for taking that one.
Do you have a thought for that?
I would just add that if you're asking the wrong question. The question isn't how far is too far. If you're asking that question, you're asking the wrong question. So the question shouldn't be how far is too far. The question should be, is this honoring God?
Yeah. So a lot of times I have told students and adults that ask that question this, and then they rephrase the question in some way where they say, I've grown up in church my whole life, I still don't understand how far is too far. This is the right answer that does flow right into that. If it doesn't, let me give you some easy practical ones. This is cool. This is not. Somebody got it. This is cool. Y'all with me? This is not. Gotcha. I can explain more if you want. Okay, so we can't answer this question because we're babies in marriage. Okay. How do you, so this person apparently called y'all old without saying it, so they said it. When you're old and been married forever, I'm just kidding. How do you keep the spark alive after being together for so long?
It's something you have to work at. Any relationship is going to be work. First thing you can't do is you can't compare yourself to other people. You're going to say, look at that couple, look at that, look at that television show. That's how my marriage should be. I won't sit here and lie to you that every time you walk around the house, sparks are shooting off, and you're just in puppy love, and just so I can't be without her. It's something you got to work at, both of you as well, and you got to do the little things. You got to think of them, and just try to be a light in their life.
I didn't know
One thing that we've started doing here lately is praying together. That is so attractive. I mean, and we haven't done it for years, as far as praying together. And here lately we started praying together, and it's been really amazing. So, and that's 21 years of marriage. So you're always learning,
3 years in, Crystal, I'll walk around the house and she's just like, hey, baby. So
No, I'm not.
I don't.
I love you. I love you.
She's lying in church.
But let me clarify. First of all, we have a baby. She's 18 months old. She's in everything all the time. She requires all the attention to keep her from unaliving herself on accident. So that's a whole different level of trying to keep the sparks than just being together a long time. So it doesn't matter if you've been together a little while or a long time. You have to work at a relationship.
Okay.
be intentional.
Yes.
Be intentional, yes. I would add, in relationships in general, because as Kevin said, sparks, movies lie to you. Disney is the worst thing to ever get sucked up into, that fairy tales like that exist. That doesn't happen. But being selfless, putting those people first, not putting yourself, look, check this out. If both of us think about the other person more, I don't have to worry about thinking about myself. If I focus on serving her and she focuses on serving me, then you don't have to go, well, if I serve her, who's going to serve me? You take care of each other. Does that make sense? Okay, well, this is a very interesting question. So somebody said, this is a long one, so stick with me, y'all. Should the desire to have kids when you're married already start, or is it a thing that naturally comes later? I ask because of future plans that are busy, especially with college. If God plans for me to go to college, and I worry that a future husband and I won't have time before pressure for that comes.
Do you want me to answer this one?
I don't know. That was a long question.
So, that is a long question. First of all, children, it's in God's timing. So you don't have to be super young to have children. You can live a whole life before you get married and have children. I am old. It's just, I mean, I am, and I have a baby. And I mean, I'm not Sarah old in the Bible, but like, they call it, after you're 35, they call it geriatric pregnancy. And so I fit into that
I
category.
met her when she was 36. No?
No. Try again.
Just kidding. 35.
So, like, you don't have to get married young, have kids young. If you have plans to go to college, travel, whatever, kids can also go places. Just throwing that out there. Like, so it doesn't have to necessarily be one thing or the other. You don't necessarily have to choose. But also be in prayer about it. Like, I've always wanted to be a mom. Like, there are people that are like that. Like, my mom will tell you, I've been mothering people since my sister was born, and she's 5 years younger than I am. So, like, I've been momming people since I was, like, 5. And, like, that's something I always wanted. And I had to wait a really long time for it. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to not look what we think is normal. Normal is setting on the washing machine or whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever works for you. The question itself is, what is normal, just like she said, but it's, again, don't follow what is normal for everyone else. If you are ready to have children and your spouse is ready to have children, that works for you, within God's timing. But if you also want to wait, you can. And if you also don't want to have children, that's fine too. It's what your calling is and what your relationship is. It's you and your spouse making those decisions, and you should talk about that in a lot of detail and not lie. Both of you be very honest before you get married, because you think, oh, once you're married, we're going to figure this out. And there are some major issues that occur and some major heartbreak sometimes if one person's not honest or the other person thinks, oh, they'll get over that. So be very, very, very intentional and talk about that before. But it is what works for you in your house, in your home. And the family starts with husband and wife, not with husband, wife, and child. Husband, wife, and God. That's the family unit.
You got anything to add to that?
I'll just say, you want it to be your timing, but it's also going to be on God's timing as well. Just because when we started trying, it wasn't our time. God said, I want y'all to wait a little bit longer, because if we had she'd gotten pregnant when we wanted, our son would be 2 years older than he is right now. So, yeah, sometimes it's not on your timing.
That's good. Somebody must have got inspired because they just sent this one in. That is the thing. If you want to send one in, we have a few more minutes left. How do you ensure you're keeping God at the center of your relationship, even through hard times? And how do you serve him separately and together? That's
a good question.
What would you do? Whoever asked that. All right, so we'll start at the top. How do you ensure that you're keeping God at the center of your relationship, even through hard times?
Well, they had the magic pill a while ago when you pray for each other, and not necessarily just pray for each other, but pray with each other.
There is something about praying together. You're in unison. I can talk without this just fine. You're in unison together, and with God, whenever you're speaking together, your hearts are combined, and you affirm each other, and you affirm what you're saying. And and I pray for him. He prays for me. We pray for the things that are important to us, and that a lot of times I'll pray for something, and then he'll pick up, and I'll be like, oh yeah, thank you for that, because I didn't even think about that whenever I was praying. And so that is huge, is that part of it too. Yeah. I'd say that's probably one of the best things you can do.
I would add, this goes into every relationship in your life. It's hard to yell at, talk about, be mad at somebody that you are actually on purpose praying for, if you really mean your prayers. It's really easy to gossip about somebody, but it's not really easy to truly pray for them and gossip about them, right? Like if I'm talking because I'm mad at Crystal and I'm talking to somebody about Crystal, have those people in your life that'll look at you and be like, "You're not praying for your wife, are you?" Okay, sorry. You want to add to that?
I had something to say, but I forgot.
Oh, okay. So, let's see. Oh, you are sending more. Hold on. Just a second. What is the best thing to keep in a Christly relationship that makes it last? Some of these kind of flow into each other. But if you have anything to add, go ahead.
So one thing that we have never done, no matter how mad we've been at each other or whatever, we have never mentioned the word divorce in our marriage. Like, we've never thrown it out there. You know, we've always worked through our problems. And so divorce has never been an option. It's never been on the table for us. So that's just one thing that's kind of helped us stay grounded and, you know, kind of work through the hardships and the hard times and things like that. So,
Okay. If the other person, I guess this is a relationship, has to go a far distance, how do you keep that connection strong even when you can't see them as often? FaceTime. They wouldn't like my answer, so I'm not gonna. You go first.
It's just making a connection. Like she said, we started dating, and this is going to go back a ways. We started dating in, 91 or so. Come 93, I transferred. I left UTM to go to SIU to get an engineering degree. Well, for 2 straight years, my mom's house was halfway in between SIU and UTM, and some weekends I go all the way to UTM. Sometimes you go all the way to SIU. Sometimes we meet in the middle. But we always, stayed connected, always did things to make sure that we knew the other one was.
and we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah, we didn't have cell phones back then.
Cell phones, so.
Old.
Yes. Stone Age.
I'd like to add to that too. Turned off good. I'll just talk loud. With that, if it's meant to be, you guys are going to find a way, and you have to trust each other. And I'm obviously maybe college. Hopefully, it's not just a younger relationship, but your connection with your potential spouse, because that's why you should be dating, is for looking for a spouse and to find the qualities that you want in a spouse. That's why you date. But if you find that in someone, the connection with that person isn't physical. The best connection you can have with them is spiritual and relational. So it doesn't matter if you're next to that person, if you have that connection with them, that soul connection with them, then you can make it just like they did for, years. If that's what it's supposed to be.
That's good. Y'all just got really inspired and sent a bunch. We're not going to be able to get to all these, sorry. But this one is really good because I talked to a lot of students about this. When you're in a relationship with somebody, so I don't think, obviously this doesn't seem like marriage yet, but even we'll talk dating and marriage, and one of you, your partner, your spouse, your other, doesn't follow God, does that or will that cause trouble? Can you elaborate why?
Well, one person's focus is going to be on the world, and another person's focus is going to be on God. So
A worldly person cannot love you like you can love them back. We have true love because love comes from God. And someone worldly is not able to reciprocate that type of love. They're not able to give that back to you in the way that you deserve it. Plus, the Bible says don't be unevenly yoked, and while you're dating someone that's not, you can try to convert them, but if they're converting for you, then you just need to back out of that and wait for them to build a relationship with God. And that's all I can say to that. If you really want to protect yourself.
Somebody asked a question that they don't want the answer to from me. Okay, we're going to wrap these last two up really quick, and then we'll pick a golden gnome winner. So try to answer these two quick if you can. We'll save the easier one for the end. How do you prevent love and attraction from turning to lust? Apparently they all think this because they were like, Focus on God. This is okay. This is not okay. Also, don't be alone. Can I help you? Are you ready? You are not strong enough.
Facts.
Don't put yourself in a situation that you can't get out of.
Yep.
Be upfront. Be upfront about your boundaries from the beginning.
Yep.
You set your boundaries at the very beginning. You say, this is where I can go in this relationship, and it's not going to go any further. So if that's going to be your goal, I'm not your person.
Yep. Which goes back to the do you both follow God? Because a Christian worldview and a worldly worldview do not match. Because then you have to eventually start thinking, am I going to have kids with this person? Are we going to get married and have kids? Well, then y'all have two different worldviews you have to teach. I think this is okay. Oh, well, they think this is okay. And they don't care that it doesn't honor God if that's not, you know what I mean? But also, do this. Don't do this. But there are countless stories of pastors who have fallen. There was, because they're like, oh, I'm strong enough for this. It's all good. And then that darkness stuff, you have stuff that you don't talk about. And then all of a sudden, tears families up. It's crazy. Okay, last one. And then quit sending more. I got to stop. Okay. Anyways, I don't know who asked this, but everybody can yell at you later. What should be the age to date?
35.
35? That's for Rowan it is. Hey, I met her when she was 35.
Shouldn't be an age, it should be a maturity level.
Maturity level?
You should have had him.
I like this guy. He's going to be preaching sometime. If you can't pay for a date yourself, if you can't drive and pick up your date yourself, you probably aren't really dating. Your parents are just...
Chauffeuring.
That sounds weird to say your parents are dating them, but they're paying for it. So that's weird. That's not
weird.
what I mean. But if you can't go pick up your date, but also, this is the answer everybody doesn't like to hear. Dating is preparing you for marriage. If you are talking to a person you could not see yourself marrying, you are now practicing for heartbreak. You are literally setting yourself up to hurt one or the other. Right? So if you're in a relationship and you're like, oh, I would not marry you, then that's when you're like, oh, okay, sorry, this isn't going to work. You still may like the person, but that's the point of dating. Not just so you can get all booed up and say you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend while you're in school. That is stupid. And then I was talking to some student, I don't remember who. Then you take that baggage into the relationship you maybe are supposed to be in, and now you're processing what used to happen or what's happened to you before to somebody that's never done anything to you. If that's happened already, you can get healing and stuff from that. But don't put yourself through unnecessary issues.
I would like to just add to that if you are dating somebody, when you figure out like, oh, I do not want to marry this person, that's when you end the relationship. You need to respect them enough as a human being not to continue to date them and play with their feelings just because you don't want to be alone. Like, that's not fair to anybody. That's not showing the love of Christ to anyone. So if you're dating somebody and you know, like, this is not the person I'm going to marry, then that's when it's time to end it. Also, if you're in middle school, it is very likely this is not the person you're going to marry. Now,
Sorry,
I do
middle schoolers,
know,
I wasn't gonna call
I
you
love
out.
y'all.
In the first grade, right?
I do know a couple that has dated since middle school that is still married. However, that is one out of thousands, millions of middle school couples. Like, I also think that if you're not in a place where marriage is something that you're thinking about in the near-ish future, then it may not be the time to date for you. There are lots of other things to focus on other than a dating relationship. Jesus.
Okay, because this adds on and somebody was clarifying, answer this quickly and then we're closing. Better question, how do you differentiate between love and lust? We're in Sunday
Okay,
school.
other than Sunday school.
How do you know if you lust a person or love them?
Love is self-sacrificing. Lust is self-pleasing.
Yeah, that's good.
She ate and left no crumbs. I feel so dumb for saying that.
Bless.
Yeah, that was really dumb. There are a lot more really good questions. Next time we do a panel, I'm just not going to speak. We're just going to do a panel the whole time. This is good stuff. Okay, can y'all give it up for our couples really quick? Okay, y'all can be there.